Writers use words to conjure worlds that are real and imagined. We are the tellers of stories. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Tara East. I'm a writer, blogger, YouTuber, and the author of the mystery novel Every Time He Dies. In today's video, I want to talk about the murkiness that can happen if you're a writer who writes in multiple different forms. So let's be honest, few writers actually stick to a single form. Most of us are writing for different audiences, for different purposes, and we're using different platforms. We write copy for our website, for our blogs, for our newsletters, and of course for our social media pages. We share advice, insight, and snippet of our lives to people we may never meet in order to cultivate a digital relationship with them. We send emails, pictures, invoices, and queries so that we can cultivate a network from which our career can hang. We conduct research, do interviews, engage in critical reflection so that we can craft an argument that is entirely our own, and then we share it. Writers use words to conjure worlds that are real and imagined. We are the tellers of stories. Contemporary writers usually have a digital platform, a professional network, and a body of publications, whether they be fiction or nonfiction. We write a lot and we're fluid and flexible because of this, but each of these different forms requires a different voice, length, and depth. Who these works are for differs, as does our motivation behind creating them. Most writers can hold all of these tasks, voices, and audiences in their head. They have to. But these tasks, voices, and audiences can easily become muddled and murky. So now I'd like to share 3 strategies that you can use to help separate all of the different tasks, voices, and purposes that you are writing for. Number 1 is managing your schedule. I recommend that you create a schedule that supports all of the different forms of writing that you have to complete in any given week. Weigh your best working hours, whether that be in the morning, afternoon, or evening, against deadlines, priority tasks, and passion projects. You also need to consider your own personal work ethic here. For instance, are you the type of writer who can carve out time to work on your passion projects before you start doing your paid work? Or would doing this make you feel really guilty and even irresponsible, and you'd feel much more comfortable working on your passion projects either on the weekends or at night? Another thing you can experiment with is batching your tasks. For example, you could decide to dedicate all of your mornings to your creative work and afternoon to admin-related tasks or to paid work. You could decide that you're going to work on your book every Tuesday and Thursday morning for 3 hours. You could also choose to only reply to emails for a certain time block every single day, say 2 p.m. to 3 p.m., and then you let all of your clients know. By batching tasks, you're allowed to stay within one particular voice and write for one particular audience during this set period of time, rather than toggling back and forward between tasks. Number 2 is read and reflect. Before you sit down to complete your writing task, read something that has the same voice you're trying to emulate in your own writing. For example, if you're writing a blog, then you could look at your previous blogs in order to get that voice back into your head. If you're writing a speech for a client, you could go and watch a TED Talk. If you're drafting an academic article, you could find one that has a similar voice or structure that you admire. Alexander Franzen recommends that before you sit down to start writing, ask yourself these 3 questions. Who is this for? What do I want them to think or feel? And what do I want them to do after they've finished reading? Your answers to these 3 questions are going to direct the style and content of your writing. Number 3, atmosphere. If you do all of your paid work in a home office, consider moving locations to do your creative work. Changing your location will signal to your brain that you are now working on a different task. You are writing for a different audience and for a different purpose. If space is limited in your home, you could experiment with even changing your position. You could decide that all of your paid work will be done sitting down at your desk, but all of your creative work will be done standing up. Now, if you don't have a standing desk, you could do what I do and you just put your laptop on a stack of books. If that idea doesn't appeal to you, you can also literally just change the direction that you face in your office. So again, you could do your paid work on your desk, and your creative work, you could put your laptop on your lap and then just literally move your chair in a different direction. That's all you need to do to just create this sense of a different space. You could also change your environment by dedicating particular music, scents, teas, or other tactile equipment with particular tasks. For example, you could decide that you're only going to listen to rain sounds when you're working on your novel. When you're doing your paid work, you'll light a candle. And when you're doing your platform work, you'll drink peppermint tea. Writers write for niches and for wide audiences. We write publicly and privately. We have our fingers in all different flavors of pie. Holding on to these different styles and audiences in our mind can lead to really muddled copy and to confusion. But hopefully these 3 really simple practical steps can actually bring some clarity to you and your work. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Do you struggle with this particular problem? I know I do. That's why I created this video. So I'd love to hear if this is something you've encountered, and if so, what do you do to sort of separate and create a routine that supports all of the different forms of writing you engage with? Leave a comment below because I'd love to hear about it. If you'd like even more writing advice, you can head to my website, taraeast.com. While you're there, you might also like to sign up for my email list. I have a new offering at the moment, which is a free video training called the Follow-Through Formula. And in this video, I share 5 strategies you can use to help yourself finish that long-term project you've been working on. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. I hope you're staying safe, that you're reading lots of really good books, and you're getting lots of writing done. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again next week.